buddy that purchased it from Facebook Marketplace, and he suspected that it had blown head gaskets. Well, I brought it to the house. Months down the road, it came back. So you know what? I'm going to quit messing with this truck. We've already pulled the cab. In this video today, I'm going to take the 6-hour trip after I pull the heads and just bring it to Ryan's diesel service. We're going to go ahead and pressure check them and see if the heads are bad. But I think you guys may want to watch till the very end and see if the heads are the culprit or what's going on with them head gaskets. That's also another one. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Welcome back, guys, to another exciting episode on the channel. And thank you so much for stopping by. Today, we are going to finally pull the heads on the L&M Duramax. This is a 2007.5. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm very nervous about this one here because if it's a head, well, if it's a head, it's a head. We'll just buy a new one. But if it's a block, like for example, the cylinder walls are scorched, or even if there's a cracked piston in there, that wouldn't be very cool. Then I'd end up having to pull the engine, which wouldn't be fun. So I'm hoping to get some good news today, but we'll see. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching. Alright guys, so we're at this point where I've been able to tear everything down. Basically, I didn't want to get too crazy, but I was able to get everything off of here, the lower valve covers, the upper valve covers. I'm going to leave the manifold on this side. I took the one off of here because this dipstick's in the way. But I'm at a point right now, guys, where we are going to go ahead and just pull these head bolts really quick. I'm going to go ahead and pull the passenger side right now, and we'll go ahead and inspect the gasket. I'd hate to see a cracked piston, or we'll see. Alright, let's do this. Look at these really quick. Maybe I should have pulled the glow plugs, but it is what it is. Everything looks pretty good so far. Here's our gasket. This is clearly not a molly gasket.
Oh, guarantee you. Guarantee you. I think this summer we had 4 head gasket jobs that were all done within like, they only had like 10 or 15,000 miles on them.
Yeah.
That were already studded. It'll make such a freaking horrible gasket that they just fail, and that's the problem.
So it's like whoever did this job was probably some like chintzy diesel shop that just wanted to get it out the door and just, they probably didn't.
It was some dude in his garage, like you say, that just like some kid that had no clue what he's doing. Now here you sit, you got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where, yeah, it's good for a while until you start driving it more, you know? But yeah, that's like when you kept, like you say, when you said, oh yeah, it's studded. Like, I believed it was studded, but it was like, okay, if it's studded and it's still doing it, there has to be just a poor quality. I would have bet on either the GM Gold or the copper, or...
No, yeah, I should turn the motor over, but overall, I mean, from what I'm seeing, just, you know, as it's sitting, yeah, it looks crosshatch patterns in there. Yeah, no, everything looks good.
Hey, at least you'll have some peace of mind when you put it back together. Remind me when you're here then. I'll get you fixed up with all the gaskets and everything that you need to send you back home with.
Gotcha. Yeah, hey, I appreciate it, man. I figured Ryan would get a kick out of those gaskets, but we're going to go ahead and pull this side right now and see what this side looks like. But when I was on the phone with him, when I turned the camera off, he was telling me that those cheaper gaskets, those cheaper head gaskets, actually, it's kind of hard to detect on the gasket with the material if it is bad. It really is. Get the other head off, I'm going to roll the engine and look into all the other cylinders. But basically, what he was telling me, because he's a diesel shop owner, they see these things every day. He was saying that the cheaper gaskets could be the problem. Could be, but we'll see. We're going to still dig into it, but we will be using some nice molly gaskets. So, man, all right. We're almost done, guys. Stay tuned. All right, so first I'm just looking for any cracks. All right, this cylinder looks good. Looks good. Thank God there's no cracks in the piston. As far as cross hatching goes, it appears to look good in the cylinders. The valves are looking good. No real issues. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this HSP manifold. My fuel rail as well, we're not going to need that. Go ahead and package that up and send it up to Ryan's diesel service. But like I said, after visual inspection, Everything looks fine. Everything looks good. But we'll know once we put all this stuff back together, which the easy part is removing the stuff. The hard part is putting it all back together, setting valve lash, making sure all your bolts, everything is installed correctly. But, you know, I'm not too worried about that. I have that ability. I know what I'm doing there. But the bottom line is we need to figure out what the culprit really is. I went ahead and organized everything, passenger side, driver side, and of course all your injectors. Look at these injectors, man. These things are nasty looking. We're gonna go ahead and clean that up. Here's our gaskets. Nothing fancy. I'm not saying that somebody whiz-wheeled this. They didn't take down a lot of the high spots on this head right here. I know it's kind of hard to tell once you pull it, but what I mean by that is you can actually sort of feel where they sanded it down. They didn't really smoothen it very well. So that may actually be the issue as well. Alright guys, so it is like 2 in the morning, got some sleep, and I am headed to Wisconsin. Got the heads in the truck. I also have the Wife Max with me. As promised, we are going to do a Allison build video at Kodiak truck there as well. I figured I'd make this video a little more interesting for you guys other than just pulling heads and looking at surfaces and stuff. Let's go ahead and take it a step further and actually document how they machine these heads. So let's go ahead and get on the road. Man, oh man, $95, 26 gallons. It's a big tank though. All right, let's get back on the road. All right guys, so as promised, we are here. It was about a 6-hour drive. Yeah, I'm pretty dedicated. But we have the Wife Max unhooked, and Mark is gonna go ahead and take the forklift and hook it up to the back end of that hitch because, yeah, the truck will start, but there's no transfer case in it, so that would be a bad deal. And there's really no way of moving this thing other than it just rolling on its own. Alright guys, so now that we're here in the shop, I'm going to go ahead and clean these heads. Totally forgot to pull the glow plugs. I guess that'd be important, right? And then Eric, the guy that mills these heads, he took his veneer and he told me that there's just enough material left on these to machine them down. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get these cleaned up really quick, and then we'll go ahead and have them work their magic on it. So at this point, we have cleaned down all the gasket material that is on these heads. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the hot tank, and we'll go ahead and let it sit there. We'll probably do a couple cycles, and then we'll pull it out, and it should be good to go. And at that point, we can start with the machining. Look at that, guys. We just drove 6 hours all the way here, and I'm doing dishes. All right, let's keep working. All right, guys, we are done. So now we're at the point where we are going to take some of the metal off of that. We're gonna go ahead and level it all out. And it's really cool that Ryan's allowing me to do this. Actually bring the camera here and show you guys this, but they remanufacture these heads here in-house, which makes this so much easier. But Eric, he is the lead machinist. Been on a few of my YouTube videos in the past. One would be the differences between every single Duramax turbo. Really informative video. All right, Eric, take it away.
I have a pressure check in the head right now, so we're going to plug all the coolant passages going between the head and the block. And we'll leave one open on the end. We'll put air pressure through. And we'll leave it sit for a while, coat it with a little bit of soapy water, and see if we see any bubbles.
It was some like trickery, fancy, like probes in every water jacket and like some weird meter. I'll shut up. But yeah, that's what I thought. It's really that simple, huh?
It doesn't need to be anything fancy. You're just making sure that there's no cracks anywhere between the water jacket, oil galley, and anything outside. So most people that don't get into this stuff, they think everything's super complicated. The real fact is you could rig this up in your garage to do this. All rubber pucks are in place. Put some 1-inch plexi over the top so we got something to clamp to. We'll set all our clamps in. We're all tightened down, now we can rotate the head. Yeah, this will be our first stop.
You could probably roast a pig on that thing too. Just put like some wood down there and,
Oh yeah,
you know.
be a good smoker. Just soapy water, start looking for air bubbles.
If you find air bubbles, what happens then?
Find air bubbles, there's a crack somewhere in the water jacket and the head is junk.
That also could cause a pressurized cooling issue as well.
Yeah, if it's between the combustion chamber and the water jacket, you'll see the same symptoms of a blown head gasket, except it's not coming from the head gaskets, it's coming from a crack.
What about this right here?
That's just because it cooled down in there.
Oh, cool, okay.
If you have air rushing at this point out of either the intake or the exhaust ports, there's a crack somewhere in there. Those you can usually feel, but I still like giving them just a few spurts down each one and see if you see anything start rushing back out. It's pretty rare on these heads to see anything on the intake side, but if you're here, you might as well be thorough about it. We've pressure checked the head, everything's checking out good. Normally we'd just start disassembling the valves after this, but being that these heads were just done not that long ago, they got new valve guide seals on them, we're going to leave it all alone. Grab it and stop it if you want. It's only going like 1,400 RPM.
Overall, how was the condition of the head prior to me bringing it here?
They weren't in bad condition, being that they were just done by another machine shop not that long ago. We still had to take off 4,000s to get them flat again.
All right, guys, so as you can see, we have the heads, the last head, done, machined, ready to go. Very pumped about this. It's really good to have good friends that own diesel shops that I can come on over here, take the camera, and show me the process so I can share this with you guys. So thanks again, Ryan, for letting me be here.
Absolutely.
So I guess the question I have as well, I'm sure some of you guys are going to ask this question. Do you do this for the public, or how does this work? Are they able to just call you and drop off their heads? And
Definitely, yeah, absolutely. You see we got the head surfacer here, so we're able to go clean these heads down, pressure them, and machine them all up and get them back trued up and straight for you guys.
Look at those gaskets. There was no like imperfections in the gaskets or anything like that. So, I mean, from the naked eye, I really couldn't tell. But when you guys have trucks, customers drop their stuff off for head gasket jobs, is this kind of a common issue?
Yeah, we've seen it in the past before, unfortunately, but it's one of those situations, and unfortunately I've seen it in the past a handful of times where this has been, even just this year, I can think of one customer up in the UP, there's another customer down, he was down in Ohio area, they all drove their trucks here for head gaskets, they were already studded, they were recently done. Fortunately, the gasket was already blown again, and going with a good quality gasket is going to be your big key thing of what you're going to need to be doing. That, some good quality studs, and kind of like when we had talked on the phone too, it sounded like maybe there was a possible issue too, even with some studs going on, with maybe stuff not ran down all the way. So this job is definitely not a hard job, but you definitely got to know what you're doing, and making sure you're using good quality parts is definitely a big thing.
What gaskets are we going with?
We're going to do the Moly grade C gaskets.
The same ones we did on the video when we did the LOY head gaskets?
Yep, correct,
Cool.
correct. That same kit. It's a really nice kit. It's got pretty much everything you'll need to do the whole entire job.
And if you guys are wondering, you can actually order that on his website. I'll leave that link in the description below.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, we ran into those, and the other one that's a pretty common one that we see a lot of times too is, unfortunately, the factory GM gasket.
Really?
The updated ones, I believe they called them, they were like a copper gold looking gasket. We actually had a local customer here. He had the local GM dealer go and do the head gasket job. They didn't stud anything. Made it 13 months, and the truck was hydrolocked, and it was on an LML. Customer took it back to the GM dealer, and basically the GM dealer told him to have a nice day. They weren't going to do anything for him. So at that point in time, he ended up towing it over here. We did it the right way, got it all back together for him, and what actually was crazy when we pulled that head off, literally it was cracked all the way down through the bolt hole and everything. You could see plain as day. That's one big thing that we see, and then the other thing too is the whole fire ring area of the gasket, which I'm pretty sure we touched on that LOY head gasket job. I'm pretty sure we saw that on that video as well too. That's another common area that we see. I know the two that they did this week, that was the same exact thing with those. They did, both guys knocked out 2 LOY head gasket jobs, and the rings were just completely gone and blown out of there.
And also his turbos, he actually manufactures turbos here in the shop, as you guys can tell. The coupon code TruckMaster, 10% off. It'll save you guys, but only on his turbos.
5%.
120% off. I'm just playing. No, it's 5% off, so it's going to definitely save you guys some money. Sorry. But only on his turbos. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check it out. Make sure you guys continue to stay tuned as we keep plugging away. As you can tell, we have the Wife Max on the hoist. Kodiak truck himself over there, walking away, ignoring him. That's fine. We are going to be doing an Allison teardown video after I broke that thing. Sorry, Melanie. So make sure you stay tuned for that as well. But that's all the time that we have for today. We'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned.